Now, summer is right around the corner, which means the sun will be out, the guns and the buns will be out, and you know what else will be out? Summer designer temptations that will literally burn a hole in your pocket if you do not protect your wallet. So in this video, I want to go over 5 summer edition designer items that I know would 100% be a mistake for me to buy, but the heart wants what the heart wants. And right now, I need my head to beat my heart into submission. But let's be honest, deep down, if money was a non-issue, I would have already bought every single one of these. I mean, summer's not even here yet, and man, I've already been bit by the summer shopping bug. For that reason, summer is my least and my favorite season because on one hand, I don't officially work over the summer, but on the other hand, it means I don't get paid over the summer. It's a catch-22 to have like all the time and energy to do all the things I want to do, to travel to all the places I want to go, aka visit all the shops I want to shop at. But at the same time, I know I'm going to be counting down to my next paycheck again in the fall. So if you are interested to know what items I'm itching for this summer, items that are on my want to buy but can't buy, won't buy list, then please keep watching. Along the way, I'll be sharing with you how I actually plan to soothe that itch and what items I would recommend instead. Also, I feel like I haven't done an intro in a hot minute, so here we go. Hello and welcome to A Briefcase of Luxury, a place where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. And while I have no intentions of quitting my day job as a business professor, especially not now, with summer so close I can taste it, your support does mean the world to me, and I would love to grow this channel so we can all continue on our journey towards more mindful consumption. So thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, or shared my videos. I really appreciate it. A+ is for everyone. I'm feeling generous this semester. The first item on my list is a designer white tank top. Now, I fully recognize that there is no reason for anyone to spend designer level money on a plain tank top, aside from, no offense to anyone, aside from stroking your own ego. Like, talk about wanting to radiate disposable wealth, right? Dropping upwards of $1,000 on a white cotton blend tank top with no super visible logo, but just a little bit of something, enough that if you squint at it just right, only those in the know would be like, yep, that is a tank top from so-and-so. But let's be real. Again, if money was no object, I would buy each of the ones I'm popping up on the screen to do a proper comparison and let the designer tank tops battle it out for supremacy. I'll have screenshots of the main ones I've been looking at as well as their prices, and if I can find the material that they're made out of, I'll include that on the screen as well. Now, I don't think I need to get into too much into why this would be a bad or an unwise purchase, aside from the fact that a white tank top is a white tank top. I mean, from a structural perspective, it really doesn't warrant designer money. I mean, sure, you can argue that maybe it's some super rare type of cotton blend, and so yeah, it can be made of something super luxurious or novel or rare. But if you plan on wearing that tank top the way a white tank top is meant to be worn in the summer, sure, it may look super crisp when it's fresh from the store, but I guarantee you after just one normal wash, if you can even wash it in like a regular people washing machine, it's just not going to be the same anymore, okay? But I think for me, most importantly is that objectively speaking, again, the audacity to charge so much for something so simple is almost comical. And now I know there's technically no ceiling to how much designer brands can charge for their products. If someone is willing to pay $1,000 for a tank top, then power to them, both the brand and the consumer. But even though it hurts my ego, I'm clearly not at that level of wealth. Now, on that note, Coach currently does have their version of a designer white tank top, but at a fraction of the price at about $75. So relatively speaking, if we're gonna throw Coach into the luxury brand pile, then their tank top is an absolute steal. But speaking of relatives, compared to like regular people tank tops, $75 is still insanely expensive. I don't know about you, but that's still more than what I'm comfortable paying. Now, so while I have not bitten the bullet on a designer cotton white tank top, that's not to say I'm not tank top ready this summer. What I ended up buying instead was, in my eyes, still expensive for a tank top, but I think it's 100% worth it. I recently picked up several tank tops from Uniqlo. Again, not cheap. All of these retail for about $30. And the reason why I think they're worth it is because ta-da, they have built-in bra pads. So you don't need to wear a bra with these. Now, I'm not saying this feature saves me money by not having to buy bras this summer, because that's really not how bra buying works. But you gotta admit, there's nothing worse than wearing a bra and being hot and sweaty. So the first one I picked up was a plain white racerback, since that was the original itch. And I kind of went overboard from there because I liked that one so much that I basically wanted to try all of their built-in bra tops. So I think these are so flattering and they're so comfortable and surprisingly easy to put on and take off, which is so important to me for anything with a built-in bra shelf. It's not so insanely tight that you have to be a contortionist to be able to shimmy in and out of these. So all in all, I honestly don't see what those other designer tank tops can bring to the table that would trump these from Uniqlo for me personally this summer. Besides from maybe a teeny tiny designer logo somewhere on it, just to indicate that, yeah, this white cotton tank top was absurdly expensive. The second item on my list is most definitely considered a summer essential, not just for style, but for your eye health, and that is a pair of sunglasses. Now, that being said, if this is the type of YouTube content that you frequently binge watch, then you probably already have a pair of designer sunglasses in your collection. Tell me I'm wrong. Heck, I would go so far as to guess that you probably have close to a drawer full of designer sunglasses. So it may come as a surprise to you that I have actually yet to venture into this territory. Yeah, I am still using my 2 Ray-Bans that I've had for years. And because I technically don't have a pair of true designer sunglasses, trust me, the temptation has been strong. Now, I've had my eye on the Louis Vuitton Pilot sunglasses for a while now, which may seem out of character because who knew a pair of sunglasses could be so monogram heavy. But this is just one of those sunglasses that was love at first sight. Like, I've never stopped to question why I am so drawn to these. Like, I love having the subtle but not so subtle monogram moment, especially since I really don't have anything with the Louis Vuitton monogram left in my collection anymore, besides from one remaining work bag. I've also considered sunglasses from Celine, not any pair in particular, but because, okay, this is gonna sound silly. I really like their sunglass pouch, like with the crossbody strap, right? So stupid. Like, I would buy any Celine sunglasses that remotely looked good and fit my face just for the pouch. So if you are itching for a new pair of sunglasses, my guess is you have an entire drawer to shop from already. Plus, is anyone else like me? Like, in addition to my Ray-Bans, I have these cheapo pair of sunglasses that I got from Marshall's years ago for maybe about $10. And these are the ones that I take with me on my summer beachy type vacations, just because I wouldn't care if they got lost or scratched up in the sand, etc. I bought it for that sole purpose of preparing that I'll probably muck it up on a vacation. So if this is the pair that I take when I travel and I have my Ray-Bans for my everyday use, I mean, sure, I could work another pair of sunglasses into my daily rotation, but my Ray-Bans are honestly working out for me just fine. The third item on my list is a pair of designer sandals. Now, I'm not saying designer shoes aren't worth the money. I think they absolutely can be, especially if you find a style that you can wear for years and years and then take them to a cobbler when it's time to resole them. I feel like subconsciously past a certain price point, a little switch goes off in my head where I see the value in fixing up a pair of shoes versus just throwing them out after they've been used and abused. But in this case, it's really not so noble. Here, let me just show you my small summer designer shoe collection. So I have a pair of Chanel canvas espadrilles. I have these Fendi Colibri flat slingbacks. I have these black and white Gucci slides and these Hermes Eggery thong sandals. So in my mind, I am missing a true pair of designer like strappy sandals, or at least a fancier pair of slides. Like, these Gucci slides are insanely comfortable and I love that they're great for summer casual outfits, like with a white tank top and a pair of shorts, but they're not so good for summer dresses. And the Hermes Eggery slides, well, to be honest, they're not so good for anything because they hurt like a mother. I've had these for over a year and a half now, and I have still not broken them in, and I don't think they will ever be, just because the toe divider thing is not designed for human feet, I swear. Like, why is it thicker horizontally instead of vertically, if that makes sense? Like, your big toe and your second toe would have to be the opposite of cross-eyed. I can't think of the word right now, but like pointing in opposite directions for this to fit. Like it was fine when I tried them on and walked around the store for like those 10 steps, but apparently it's that 11th step. That's when these will get you. So every time I wear these now, I have to mentally prep myself for the pain to come, which I am getting too old to wear uncomfortable shoes, let alone flat sandals. Like I get making a sacrifice for high heels, but these, absolutely not. But apparently I haven't learned my lesson because I'm still on the hunt for yet another pair of designer sandals to make up for this not so good purchase. That being said, I know this is cheating, but last summer I decided to play around with some of Steve Madden's dupe sandals, like their dupe for the Oran, for the Ship, and even the Dior Douai slides and the Chanel dad sandals. And I gotta say, I was extremely impressed with every single one of them. So who knows, maybe this summer I'll go down that similar path again to see what's new at Steve Madden's. Or honestly, I'll just be re-wearing the ones I bought last summer again. Those are all still perfectly fine. The last two items on my list, on my want to buy, can't buy, won't buy list, are finally bags. I know I really haven't been talking about bags as much as I typically do this year, but there just really hasn't been a whole lot of new releases that have been exciting me, which is good for my wallet. Actually, not really. I've just taken those funds and funneled them towards jewelry instead, so we're barely breaking even here, folks. But the first type of bag that I know has been extremely hyped and that I'm slowly buying into that hype as well are denim bags. So big shout out to Coach for creating such a storm with their tabby quilted denim bags. And trust me, Coach money is about right for a denim bag. Kind of like my whole thing against a white cotton tank top, like what the bag is made of to me doesn't warrant true designer money. Like Chanel's denim flaps, I just cannot. I refuse to can. But if you can, power to you. My thing is, when it comes to the Coach Denim Tabby in particular, it has been so hyped the past few months, and plus I'm guessing it's sold out all over the country. The appeal for it as a result has just kind of waned for me, to the point where I was low-key looking at dupes instead. Like I came across these from Karl Lagerfeld for about $80 at TJ Maxx, I believe. And don't get me wrong, they are surprisingly well made and the denim feels quality, but I just know deep down that these wouldn't quite scratch my denim itch. I also want to throw in here the Louis Vuitton denim collection that came out earlier this year. I know I am super late to that game, to the point where I think there's a new denim collection coming out for the summer, but I remember the old denim release from like the early 2000s and how badly I wanted something from it back then. But at today's prices, I just cannot. I am happy to leave those at the store. Instead, the one denim bag that I've been secretly drooling over is the Jacquemus Bambino bag. Honestly, that one was love at first sight. Now, I've always found their regular Bambino bags nice, but not to the point where I must have it in my collection type nice. But this denim version, if I ever add a Jacquemus bag, this would be it. Like, my only beef again is coming in at $1,000 for a 100% cotton bag, because that's what denim's made of. It just feels steep, especially when the leather versions essentially cost the same. Now, at the time I'm filming this, however, some of them have gone on sale for about $600 to $800, depending on the size, which is a lot better. But regardless, I think a casual denim bag would be great to have for the summer. Now, the last bag, well, I'm kind of cheating here, but in my mind, they are similar enough that I'm just going to lump them together. And that would be some sort of wicker slash raffia slash fishnet bag. I know those can be wildly different, but we're essentially talking about some type of woven natural material. And again, every brand has something, a tote bag at least, made of this. So yeah, I can harp on the usual. That's a lot of money for a very low cost material, for something that's super seasonal, etc. So let's talk about something less obvious. Now, for me, I know that if I were to go down this route, it would purely be for vacation use only. I know there's nothing physically stopping me from using this on a regular daily basis, but all this means to me is that anything that is super structured, anything basket-like or has hard sides would automatically be out the window, because I just don't want to have to deal with packing a picnic basket into a carry-on suitcase. So instead, we're now talking about like the soft, pliable, crochet raffia type totes. Again, multiple brands have those, and there's quite a few that I personally really do like. And I'll just keep popping them up on the screen as we go. But again, I have this mental block where I just cannot justify paying something so much for a natural material like raffia or wicker when you can get a genuine artisan-made raffia bag, especially if you are traveling to a location where you are likely to use a raffia or wicker bag. So why not go right to the original source and support some local artisans? Oh, and by the way, in terms of what I already have in my collection, the only thing I have that is even remotely close in style is my mini Dior book tote. And I do have this free Dior beauty pouch, which I converted into a crossbody bag with this Chanel pearl crush-like chain that I found on Amazon. Now, along those lines, I also want to just mention a bag that I thought was just plain silly when it first came out, but now there's a part of me that really wants to justify getting one, and it is the Longchamp Le Pliage Filet bag. So I've talked about wanting one of these before to go with my future Hermes scarf because I like their scarves, but I know I won't wear them. So in my mind, this is the way to at least still use the scarf. Yeah, you gotta do some mental gymnastics to wrap your head around this one. Could I have used any old scarf? Yeah, I could, but that's just not how I envisioned it. So this Longchamp bag would, in essence, be the complimentary purchase to my Hermes scarf, which sounds even sillier now that I'm saying it out loud. Now there you have my 5 designer items that I am willing myself to avoid and to avert my eyes from this summer. I'll let you know if I am successful. Wish me luck. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything you have your eye on for the summer and how you're feeling about it. Is it on your will buy list, or like me, is it something that's on your want to buy but can't buy, won't buy list? I'd love to hear what's piqued your interest this summer. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I can't wait to catch up with you next time.